Good morning, everyone. So, I am here with the Indian Express newspaper. Okay. So, this is the first news. In 2017, the state government had vehemently opposed bail to the accused. Okay. According to Uttar Pradesh, the government of UP. So, under the UP government had opposed key claim of Akhlaq murder accused now cites seem to withdrawal case against them. Okay, new visa pathway for 5,000 Indian professionals. India New Zealand wrap free trade agreement talks aim to double trade in 5 years. After visa oops, halted in Chittagong in counter move, Bangladesh puts visa operation on hold in India. This is the capital meet where the PM Modi, Bihar CM, Deputy CM, and Union Minister in New Delhi, earlier in Bihar CM, who arrived in capital Sunday on 2-day visit, meet Union Minister Amit Shah. Okay, so cases piling up. Enforcement Directorate move to fast track investigation also push for speedy trial. Ex-Punjab IGP shoots himself is critical later says duped of rupees 8 crore in cyber fraud. Disturbing public order accounts for 50% of takedown notices to X. Okay, so May 13, 2024 saw most takedowns of 115 links for influencing poll process. Another Bangladesh youth leader shot at out of danger. From fighting hunger to winning World Cup for blind Andhra cricketers' journey. This is the second page where you get detailed explanation of the front page. So read it. I will say that this is about the Enforcement Directorate. So read this one. It is very important. Okay. Leaders, visa operations, ex-IGP. I already read about this news. This is the new where engineering student dies by suicide at Chhattisgarh Varsity. Cites exam stress. Okay. This is about the city where pilot was removed from official duty by airline. FIR filed 3 days after pilot assault passenger at IGIA, where pilot Virendra Sejwal claimed the incident was misrepresented on social media. Okay, Act on Transparency in Fees Regulation Fixation notified this month. New law, new concern. School and parents worry how fee caps will work. Okay, so according to 1500 private unaided school into three-tier framework of regulation of fees means due to the transparency of fees due to the due to the new law which is regarding the fees, parents are too much worried about the fees, how they able to pay that much able to fees. So the notification of the Delhi School Education Transparency in Fixation and Regulation of Fees Act. So according to this act, how the government schools are private, the private schools are going suddenly announced to increase the fees. So increase in fees often an announcement suddenly and explain inadequately without any reason. They are just trying to improve the fees and they are just trying to increase the fees. Okay, so without any reason, there is a word that is highlighted here which means inadequately, where the fees are increased suddenly without any reason, have provoked litigation and street protests by parents. The new law brings more than 1,500 private unaided schools into three-tier framework of regulation of fees and promises parents a seat at the table, and yet at schools begin to draw up budget for the next academic year. This is susceptism. Tell me the meaning of susceptism over the way the law will look and whether regulation on paper will translate into relief in reality. So, inside the inside this law structure where the fees of the students are increased in a school where schools can no longer. So, Alka Kapoor, I am sorry, in the school and the principal, Alka Kapoor of Modern Public School in Shalimar Bagh, said the law does not mean a school can no longer raise fees. Receipt and payment have to match. If we able to justify the expenditure. We have the mindfully increased fees because nothing comes for free, she said. Kapoor, who prepared audited income expenditure statement and 3-year budget projection, had said school often have little control over rising cost. With NEP 2020 coming in, there is drastic change in the infrastructure requirement. She said skill lab are mandatory now. Setting up a lab needs huge expenditure. Bal Vatika comes in safety and security are homogeneous expenses, where the Kapoor said the principal Kapoor, who said that there would certainly be change in the fees structure, but it should not pinch parents' pocket. Okay, so the act require every school to constitute a school level fee regulation committee. So with 5% representative while ensuring representation of women and disadvantaged group. Okay, so selected through video recorded draw. A lot teachers and management nominated a chairperson and principal Park as member secretary. Okay, so due to the rise of fees and the concern, the mutual trust and the genuine amount is increased. There should not be a problem by means it's the whole article and it's the words and the communication matter of Kapoor, Miss Kapoor, the principal of modern public school in Salimar Bagh. Okay, she's just trying to say and trying to give debate on the structure of fees that is going. Government is just saying that they are no longer need new to increase the high fees, but whatever the expense we are occur during the schools, they have to pay that much amount of fees through the students. Okay, so other principals are not that sanguine to plan something for 3 years in advance is very difficult. The principal of private school in South Delhi said, where technology will go, what will suddenly become mandatory? Nobody knew air purifier would become a necessity, she said. Okay. And they suddenly rise the demand of the air purifier. So the new system could lead to friction with parents who may not be able to see big picture, the principal said. Principal Shudha Acharya, the another principal, who said her school was still waiting for clear instruction for the government. For several parents, the act's biggest promise lies in its seeming uh, transparency, and the biggest risk is how the transparency is enforced. Divya Mate, parent at Delhi Public School, Dwarka, said the law has given parents the right to ask questions. She also hoped to clear definition of the fee said. Okay, and this is the another principle. So the main idea of the principals who are just in collaborate and just give their ideas and the thought of them and through this communication issues, they says that the minimum fees should be increased if the expenditure of that school is increasing. Okay, this is the new in the new year 2026. Okay, it's the new one. So this act, and there is a lot of controversies happen between this act. Okay, so blanket fine rupees 1 lakh for flouting waste management rules. They should be fined 1 crore because the private companies are too much. They are just gaining profit and introducing waste, and they are just destroying or deteriorating the environment. It's no benefit. No, there is no need. Means no management for the environment. They are just increasing the plastic waste and all type of waste, and they dumped it in the environment without any recycle, reuse, and any process. Okay. Audi ram into parked car. Driver injured. Kin of woman sorry, kin of woman found dead in Dwarka. Suspect suicide or spy says murder. After fake drug racket boosted printed press supplying fake packaging for spurious drugs, raid 2 arrest. Okay, it's about the city where a study linked to air quality assessment after NCAP launched top 20 polluted stations of 2024 located in Delhi NCR. A look at the finding. So, pulled e-buses, no fine waiver, government assesses anti-pollution measures. Action against 600 industrial unit for floating, grab 4 curbs. Review of discharge in Yamuna. Not got access to crucial data. STPs. IIT panel to NGT. Okay, so at Noida Naziabad Hospital, patients no lungs issues getting screening test. So, so the patients with no lungs issues getting screening test at Noida Ghaziabad Hospital. Okay, so haphazard development, a key concern in transit-oriented development policy draft. Expert says infra development needs to match population increase. This is about the politics where Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education will prepare district by district plan, mining only in 0.19% of Aravalli after detailed study, said by minister. So Indian Council of Forest Minister uh, said what? That the part of Aravalli of 0.19% will only used for mining after detailed study. Okay, the Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav on Monday he said about this. So, of 277.89 kilometers square kilometer covered by mining lease, 4247.21 square kilometer is in Rajasthan. Okay, so it's about the mining task. So addressing the issues for second in the row. So addressing the issues for the second in a row. Union Environment Minister Bhupendra Yadav on Monday underlined that mining would be allowed in only 0.19% of Aravalli Hills and no new mining lease would be granted until a detailed study is undertaken. Okay, so 100 due to the detailed explanation. So any landform that is the elevation of 100 meter or more above the local relief. Okay, so Environment Ministry out of total area of 1,43,577 square kilometer spanning the 37 district in the Aravalli range, the area covered by mining lease would 277.89 square kilometer. Of this 247.21 square kilometer is in 20 district of Rajasthan, 27.35 square kilometer in Gujarat and 3.33 square kilometer in Haryana. Okay, so under the Indian Council of Forestry Research and Education would prepare a management plan for sustainable mining. The court asked for to form a technical committee only the purpose of the mining sectors, and this also restricted the purpose of mining even after this definition. The order has stated that no new mining lease would be given. Yadav said the only exception he said would be made in the case of critical strategic atomic mineral. The ICFRE will prepare for detailed district by district plan. Okay. So these all are the data. According to this data, the mining percentage will decrease to 0.19%. Okay, I think the area is 277 and it is just decreased by 247. Okay, moving on to the another where it's about the external minister S. Jaishankar being welcomed by Sri Lankan minister Ruvan Rangasinghe in Colombia today. Jaishankar visits cycle on hit Sri Lanka as PM special envoy. Inside a BJP experiment in MP, workers complain of tyranny of official turnout deeps. India, France signed pact to produce direct firing sight navigation system. Congress insider involved in 2013 Jairam Ghati attack, says Nadda. Okay. Union Health Minister JP Nadda. Mahayuti to MVA. Why BJP has edged in corporation polls but faces hurdle. Empowering India's farmer for a sustainable future. About the nation when eviction demand turns violent in Assam, mobilized sets BJP leaders ancestral home afire. Jharkhand minister offers job to direct doctor. Row continues over pulling doctors will in Jharkhand more than Bihar. They offer jobs to doctor. It's the line to in Jharkhand more than Bihar. Okay, doctors are pulling. I think there is a lot of seats are vacant for doctors in Jharkhand. Okay. Jharkhand Health Minister Irfan Ansari. National Herald case. High Court seeks response of Rahul Sonia on ED plea against trial court order. Month after poll win, Nitish calls on PM Shah discusses goal for developed Bihar. Okay, SIR charged. Focus on general government to attract global investment. Ex finance panel head. Fallout of Sang's hate politics. Kerala government on Palakkad lynching. About the nation where दो नमूने yogis wailed sweep at Rahul Akhilesh SP president lashes out. TMC now Congress-led UDF associated members Baghel's son Chaitanya received rupees 250 crore in liquor scam charge sheet. NIA chief Sadan and date repatriated to parent cadre Maharashtra. About the editorial page where in Bangladesh fake promises and a false enemy. Okay, there are some debate happening between the I already marked the important line. So the debate happens in the Bangladesh and about the false promises. Okay, so it's about the Pankaj Saran, the author. He said that in debate where whether an Islamic society is the solution to Bangladesh's challenge surrounding development and identity, but claiming India is certainly not. It is an attempt to mislead the people, okay? Parliament spoke on Vande Mataram, did not listen to it. Is the court turning its back on Rohingya? These all are the topics of editorial. Read it. Ideas page where a public debate on does God exist takes us away from real issues of religiosity. For a choking capital, going electric is the way out. The illusion of gentle living in predatory world. Jharkhand T20 victory was long in the making. Okay, about the nation where Surat family granted interim relief to the petitioner father, 7-year-old's initiation into Jain monkhood on hold. Tension in Jabalpur after right-wing outfits raid churches ahead of Xmas Christmas. Democratic system is under attack. Opposition has to encounter its Rahul. So people protest after long video showing a doctor assaulting a patient at Indira Gandhi Medical College IGMC in Simla went viral on Monday. Assam invokes 1950 expulsion law again. US welcomes Santi bill, a step towards stronger energy security ties. Doctor suspended for thrashing patient at Simla government hospital. Sorry. Uttarakhand bear drags boy into jungle. 12-year-old classmate comes to rescue. Odisha government orders a special audit 51 vehicle bought for rupees 7 crore. Rupees 5 crore spent on customization. Explanation page. It mainly explain about the Aravali benchmark could have effect beyond mining. So measuring a hill's height, lowest elevation, local people. Okay, so these all are the measuring the hill's height. Okay, it's a local profile, and mainly all the forest and landslides are just below 100 meter. So the public is trying to say that there is a lot through their protest that there is no mining should be done in Aravali regions, because these all are the regions and these all are the small mountains or hills. They provide the natural water, the water and everything, not natural, everything, means they survive. The oxygen is also everything they all get from that Aravali plant hills. Okay. Education, where higher education bills put focus on simplifying governance. Mathematics, 729 numbers that bears Ramanujan name reveal rigor behind genius. Bangladesh violence in run up to polls, who stand to gain, who lose. About the world, where government failed to protect us, minorities hit the Dhaka street. Russian general killed by car bomb in Moscow. Orwellian climate of fear, how China cracks down on critic in the US. Okay, so in economy, moving on to the economy page, and this is the last page that I am going to read, where the RBI's monthly stated of the economy article continued focus on macros reform to enable economic growth, maintain high growth. Okay, economy maintain high growth. So, what are the continued focus on macros? And what are the reforms to enable economy maintain high profit? So high frequency indicators suggest that economic activity held up in the post festival month of November, the article stated. So a sustained focus on strengthening macroeconomic fundamentals and economic reforms will enhance efficiency and productivity and help the domestic economy maintain high growth momentum amid rapid changing and global scenarios, the RBI said in the article on Monday. So, continued focusing on the macro economic fundamentals and economic reforms should help unlock efficiency and productivity gains to firmly keep the economy on the high growth trajectory. Disastrous where amidst a fast changing global government environment, the RBI stated of the economy article published in December bulletin said the year 2025 brought about the unprecedented shift in global trade policies, mark a move towards bilateral renegotiation on tariff and terms of trade. Okay, so the country's GDP grew at 8.2% in quarter two fiscal year 26. It's the safest or fastest pace in 6 quarter. Domestic driver, particularly private consumption demand, underpinned the picked up in growth movement, the article said. The high frequency indicator suggests that overall economic activities held up in the post festival month of November. It said while the low GST revenue collection were largely influenced by GST rate rationalization, other available high frequency indicators of economic activity such as e-way bills, petroleum consumption and digital payment registered a pickup in growth, the article said. Okay. So this is the October sees net foreign direct investment outflow of $1.55 billion. This is the data by RBI. MUFG deals a huge endorsement of India's progress. Tata Electronics signed cheap deal with Japan's ROM. Shortly after takeoff, Air India flight returned to Delhi after pilots spot low engine oil pressure. Adani Cement consolidation, ACC Orient to merge with Ambuja Cement. Trade tiff, China hits EU dairy with up to 42.7%. Hmm. 89.65. Nifty, Sensex. So thank you for everyone who is watching me. And thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like my content. Okay? Thank you.